What's that? Sinigang, adobo? What is it? I
Yeah.
like
So up first here.
pancit.
Pancit.
Yeah,
Yes.
got to. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
This is yours, man.
Wow. This is by far, no matter what culture, this is the best dessert to me.
Let's go. This is lumpia. I hope you're out there.
You know, respecting women has always been a priority of mine. Oh wow, man! He knows. Man, that's one of the greatest, if not the greatest athlete
Yes.
in Filipino history. You know, they're like, oh wow, you're Filipino. That's crazy. And I think that it's kind of like a stereotype of like, a Filipino playing basketball and how far they're gonna take it. And I think that I'm trying to break the barrier as far as Filipinos can play basketball. They can make it to a high level. You know, everybody plays a part, man, and I can't thank them enough. And all I want to do is continue to, keep the Makasbak and Martin name alive. You know, so everything I do is for them, and I just want to continue to strive to be the greatest person.
It's like because we're both half Filipino.
Right.
I guess how would you want to carry that on? I know you talked about it on the court too, but everything from your family to faith to even representing. You know, what does that mean to you as a basketball player? And I continue to bless Remy and his family. I just bless him and his career.
All right, from the Pinoys in Tempe, this is Charlie Lapasora. This is Remy Martin.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Charlie, and this is another episode of Authentically. Welcome to another season. I missed you. I'm super excited to be back, and it's without further ado that I'm releasing this brand new season on this podcast called Authentically that I released after traveling the country, covering stories with national and local media, Fox News, Fox, ABC, NBC, you name it, the whole gamut. I just found that there was a space and a need for telling authentic conversations in this world today. And what better way than talking to everyday people, talking to athletes, talking to just politicians, talking to Border Patrol, literally at the border, Texas and Arizona when I covered that, all the way to covering an election in Montana, covering a hurricane in Florida, covering stories that got picked up by Good Morning America, the Today Show, and just seeing that, talking to law enforcement, talking to people that just trying to make it, out here, and a range of people, a diverse array of people from different ethnicities, backgrounds, political affiliations. I found that there was a need in a space to bring people together to the table to have authentic conversations in a world that's super divisive and super opinionated and super ratings driven. Let's just have conversations and let's just talk, all right? And forget about the opinions and forget about just being opinionated just for the sake of being opinionated, just for the sake of ratings to pay the bills, all right? Just let's keep it real, let's keep it authentic. And to start off and kick off the season, I'm super excited to announce that this conversation is between myself and Remy Martin. No, we're not talking about the drink, we're not talking about the alcohol drink, we're talking about Remy Martin, the hooper, man. He's half Filipino, I'm half Filipino. He is made his way to ASU via California. His family background is the Philippines. He's half Filipino. Super excited to talk to him. I had this conversation with him in Arizona when I was in Arizona and he was at ASU. We hooped it up. I surprised him with some Pinoy food, my personal favorite selection of comida in the world. And then since then, we both been on a journey, man. He's since entered the NBA draft. He's transferred to Kansas, where he won a national championship. He was the most outstanding player in the NCAA Midwest bracket of that region. He was playing in at Kansas as a Kansas Jayhawk. His journey also led him to play now in Greece. He is a Greek professional basketball player. And hey, you never know. There was the Greek freak, and maybe Remy Martin's coming out of Greece and making it to the league. Either way, he's hooping. He's one of the most pure, smooth hoopers you'll find out there in international play and throughout the world, really. This dude can ball. So NBA, look out, watch out for Remy Martin. Since then, my wife and I, we traveled and lived in Portugal. We moved to Austin since then, and man, just super excited to release this conversation finally. And yeah, we talk about everything from what it means to truly be a man in today's society. We talked about faith, we talked about family, we talked about the Filipino culture and what it means, especially even to be half Filipino, what it means to represent our culture being half. And most importantly, talked about faith and keeping it authentically. It was a joy to talk to him. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I enjoyed chopping it up with him. First of all, Remy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Got practice in a little while. Get ready for a big game on Saturday, and can't wait.
And so on the court, I mean, you're leading the way in the Pac-12, in points and assists. You're in the top 10. What does that mean to you?
It just means that I have great players around me. A great coaching staff that allows me to play my game, and teammates that make shots and are the best teammates that I could possibly think of.
And, off the court, what do you think about the team camaraderie? I remember asking you the other day at a press conference, just, with Rob being benched and you guys are boys, you guys seem like your brothers there together. Do you want to talk about the camaraderie and the importance of the team chemistry on your team leading up to Pac-12 tourney play?
Right. I mean, it's bigger than basketball with us, man. At the end of the day, we're all brothers. We all want the best for each other. But, off the court's where it starts. It's, that trust. There's bigger things in basketball people go through in life. And, we just want each other to know that we're there no matter what. And, it's a privilege to play basketball. But at the end of the day, we're brothers for life.
And what do you think that success, what do you think you can attribute the success to? And what do you think this team is missing to be able to get over that hump and be more consistent this season, especially as Pac-12 play goes on and the tourney comes up?
I just think we got to stay consistent. I think that we're not making as many shots as we usually do. I mean, in the last couple of years, we've, put up a lot of points. I think that this year we were struggling a little bit from the shooting perspective, but as you could see, we're starting to get back into it, and all it is timing. If we start making shots at the right time and start gathering some wins, we'll be in a great position.
And so to see this basketball right here, what is this basketball, man? First of all, when did you start playing hoops, and what does this basketball, this game mean to you?
Man, I started playing hoops, I think when I was about 7 or 8, taking it seriously. But I always tell this story about, when I was little, my babysitter always was getting in trouble because my mom never used to find the baby bottles, and finds out that I was shooting the baby bottles into a trash can, and it was getting blamed on the person who was watching me, but I was shooting the bottles into a trash can like I was Kobe or something. But, this basketball means everything to me, man. It's a way of life. It teaches me so much about life. It's taken me places that I've never dreamt of. And, I can't wait to see what it has, in the future. But, as of right now, I just play for the love of the game, and I can't wait to continue to play.
And, watching your game, I mean, it's almost like silky smooth, you know what I'm saying? Like you go up, get the layup there, get the bucket, and then you want to pass the ball too. You want to pass the rock. What type of game do you want to embody, first of all, and second of all, who might have been some of your influences growing up?
Well, for me, I just tried to play my game. I tried to pick pieces from, other players, but at the end of the day, I think my game is different. It's based off kind of energy and, getting my teammates involved. I mean, Chris Paul was definitely one of the players that I looked up to. Just because of, kind of similar to height, and love the mid-range game, love getting their teammates involved. And then as I got older, I, started to look at, Westbrook's energy and his fire. And I think I just kind of picked those things and, made me. But at the end of the day, I want to separate myself from everybody else. I want to play my style of play and continue to do what I'm doing. And I love just playing with my teammates and playing for my brothers.
And with your brothers here, would you say a short-term goal is to make that March Madness tourney this year?
Yes, yeah, that's definitely one of the big goals. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one game at a time, and we would like to get the Pac-12 championship, and then going into the March Madness, go deep in there. So that's always a goal. The goal is always to win no matter where you're at.
And Remy, looking at long-term, is your ultimate goal to be in the NBA as well?
Yes, my ultimate goal is to be in the NBA. I have one of the greatest coaches to me, and one of the best college point guards to ever play, Coach Hurley. And, he's given me some gems, and I'm just taking it, and I'm, working towards that goal, but also to living in the moment and winning.
And I know we're going to talk a little bit about this in there, man, but just while we're here on the court, being half Filipino, right?
Yes.
I'm half Filipino myself.
Yes.
And I know actually growing up, people would call me like Jeremy Lin, because they didn't know, they couldn't attribute like our type of, like they see a Filipino dude, like, are you Asian? Like, are you know what I'm saying? Did you feel any of that growing up? And if so, how did you overcome those obstacles? And like you were saying, being Remy Martin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, people identify me as being African American, I think, at first. And then once they start to know me and start to know the history of like how I grew up, I think that, they're like, oh, wow, you're Filipino. That's crazy. And I think that it's kind of like a stereotype of like, um, a Filipino playing basketball and how far they're going to take it. And I think that I'm trying to break the barrier as far as Filipinos can play basketball. They can make it to a high level. They can do something with their lives other than, the stereotype of being like, maybe a nurse or doctor or something that, they get put on. So, I'm just trying to do it for the people. I'm trying to do it for my family. Also, I love this sport, man. This is something that I want to do for the rest of my life, but I also understand the importance of using your platform and, helping people in the Philippines. And, that's something that I always wanted to do. And now I'm in a position to do it. And, I'm going to try to take full advantage of it.
Absolutely. And what do you think growing up half Filipino? I mean, I say for me, like I'm Filipino straight up,
Yeah.
what did that, how did your family background and how did that help shape you to be the man you are today, Remy?
Oh man, that played a huge part, man. If only anything, man. It's one of those things where, I see a lot of great things, great attributes that, that my family provided for me. I mean, the family aspect is number one, man. They're completely supportive no matter what you do. They doesn't matter if it's you're playing piano, you're a janitor. They're gonna support you no matter what. And that's the thing that I took from my side of the Filipinos, that no matter what you do, they're always gonna be there. They're always gonna support you. The food is great. That's always something that's good. So I love being Filipino. My family's taught me a lot. They've molded me to who I am, and I just translate those attributes onto my teammates and onto the court.
And would you say faith also plays a part in you as well?
100%. I think that one of the things that I think that I'm not supposed to be here right now. I'm not supposed to be at this position playing Division I basketball at a great university. I think that just staying with it, having faith, and staying true to myself has brought me to this position. And who knows what happens now.
Well, speaking of food, Remy, we got a surprise for you in there.
Oh man, that's great.
Are you ready for this, man?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I think you know it's about to go down, right?
Yeah, I know. Let's do it, man.
Salamat, right?
Yeah, salamat.
Let's go. All right, bro. And now, Remy, got a special surprise for you.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We've been talking about Filipino food. Are you hungry at all?
Yeah, I'm very hungry. Let's do it.
For real?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Here, hold this for me. First, because
man.
in the Philippines, man, being Filipino, Lola got those those bag like they tie them up
yes.
too,
Yeah, they do. Yep.
That's why I got all these. Like, this is behind the scenes. Got like a Marshall's bag.
Oh man,
I mean,
that's awesome.
So went up to North Phoenix. Shout out to Halo Restaurant.
Man.
And I was trying to think. I didn't know what kind of Pinoy food you like, bro. But,
I love everything, man. I love everything.
Yeah.
Was that sinigang, adobo? What is it?
So up first here.
Pancit. Pancit. Yeah,
Yes.
got to. Yep.
We got the pancit, man. So how would you describe the pancit as a staple of the Filipino dish?
Well, it's one of the favorites. Definitely one of the well-knowns.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are non-Filipinos love the pancit.
Bro, yeah. You said non-Filipino, so my family, like my uncles that married in that are Caucasian, they always go to the pancit. They always hook this up. All right, man. So we got the pancit. Show you all at home. This is the real stuff. If you haven't had pancit, you got to check it out.
Great.
All right, so we'll put this right here. I guess we don't have a table, so oh man. What's this one?
Obviously, egg roll.
It's a staple. A staple.
I don't want to be wrong, man. I don't want to let my Filipinos down.
Dude, all the Filipinos, man, you have to get this.
Yeah, this is fire though. This is really good.
I could eat. First of all, I could eat like 20. I could eat 30 of these. If my Lola makes it, I'll eat like the whole batch.
Yeah, bro. That's really good.
So this is lumpia. I hope you're out there.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Dog.
Man. I knew it was lumpia, man.
I mean, his mind's on Arizona right now.
Yeah, man. That's really good, man. You could really eat those all the time.
Yes.
It's like a little snack.
Yes, these are probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
In the world. Okay, so up next, and I love how it's all in like this to go stuff too,
right.
man. All right, so
This one right here.
this one is actually got rice.
Is it the sinigang? or adobo? Which one is this
This
one?
one, adobo.
This one's adobo. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I love. This was one of my favorites. It's sinigang and adobo. This was one of my favorites
Really?
for sure. Yeah.
Adobo. Nice, man.
Yeah.
So we got here chicken adobo. Let's open it up. Oh my
Man.
goodness.
It's a vow.
What's your thoughts, man? Just looking at this.
One of my thoughts for this, man. It's tough because I have practice coming up.
Yeah.
But I love this. I would love to eat it every day.
Yeah.
But just because of the diet and all that for my the sports that I play.
Yeah.
But this is one of my favorites, man. I love it. I love the smell,
Mm.
how it tastes. I think people get intimidated sometimes. The non-Filipinos that like look at it like, I don't want to try it. Once they try it, they're like,
Yeah.
I love it. So it's one of my favorites, man.
It's fire.
Yeah.
It's does this bring back memories to you of your family?
Oh yeah.
Like family parties?
Oh yeah. Every family party that when I was back home, we always get together like every month, maybe a couple times a month.
Mhm.
And my aunts always make the sinigang and adobo, which is really amazing. And seeing this and it brings me back home. It's one of those where it's just like so good, man. It's like so good. It's something that you always want. And seeing this right now brought back memories for me, man.
Nice. And so this right here, I don't know if you can have some of this because this is more.
Dessert, like is that like the banana?
Yes. He knew, man. I'm telling you, this dude is authentic Filipino, man. We're not half Filipinos, man. We're Filipinos.
Yeah, really,
bro.
man. We really are, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, this is the
Oh, my mom loves that.
this stuff. Shout out to Remy's mom.
My mom
You love
loves
this
that.
stuff? What's this
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
called again? I forget what this is called.
I always call it. See, I call it like the banana thing.
banana thing?
The banana thing. My mom's like, every time I go to the store or something like that, she'll be like, "Oh, the banana thing." You want the banana thing? I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah, I got it. I got you. Don't worry."
Nice. So everybody, this is the banana thing.
The banana thing.
All
Yeah,
right.
the thing that tastes like banana. Yeah.
All the Filipinos are like,
It's
that's
like-
amazing, man.
It's like fried banana or something like that. Something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that, like a plantain.
Yeah, it's really good though. Like all this stuff right here is amazing. So it's really good. Everybody should try it.
Yes, this is a Filipino staple. All right, and so last but not least, and we can set this maybe right here.
Oh man.
You can't. I mean, I couldn't come. I actually walked out of the store and I'm like, man, I gotta go back and get some of this, man.
Really?
Yes, dude.
That's
All right.
awesome.
I don't want to spill it, man. This is like some nice leather,
This is
Yeah.
But this right here, man. Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
This is yours, man.
Wow. See, this is one of the best. No, the funny thing is, when I went to the store,
Mm-hmm.
which is called the Nine Eyes, I was talking about the store, and
Yeah.
I brought one of my teammates there, and they were like, "What are you getting myself into? What am I getting myself into?" And I gave him this halo halo drink, man, and it was he asked me about it every day, like, "Yo, can we go back and can we get the halo halo?" I'm like, "Dude, you gotta slow down, man. You gotta slow down." But this is by far, no matter what culture, this is the best dessert to me.
Let's go.
The best dessert.
And why is it the best dessert?
Well, the thing is that ube
Yeah.
is amazing, but it has its own taste that's like you can't really describe it.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to describe it to my friends, and it's so hard. But once they try it, it's like, you got the fruits, you got the little stuff in there that just adds a part to it. But just the flavor itself is undescribable.
Yeah. And so as you're holding this, and this might be bringing up memories, this is the best dessert of all time.
Yeah, definitely to me. Yeah.
What is just being half Filipino, I guess, like because we're both half Filipino.
Right.
I guess how would you want to carry that on? I know you talked about it on the court too, but everything from your family to faith to, even representing, what does that mean to you as a basketball player?
It means the world to me, man, because at a point in my life right now where I'm able to speak for the Filipinos and talk for them, it's like one of those things where I carry it everywhere I go. Even when I have a Filipino arm sleeve that I wear in a game every time I play, it's one of those things where I carry it no matter where I go, I always have something Filipino shirt.
Yes.
I have Filipino backpack. I always carry it just to let people know that, I'm Filipino. I'm a proud Filipino. I want to, share, my experience and give people hope. And, I have all these ASU gear and clothes and shoes that I just send to the Philippines.
Right.
Just to let them know that I'm proud to be one of them. And,
Right.
I want to spread the word and help them in any type of way possible.
And being Filipino, it's just, I feel like our culture is just so giving,
Yes.
so friendly.
Yes.
And I think honestly, whether you're Filipino or not, like the world needs more of that.
100%.
I think the world needs to understand, like, hey, it's not about me. It's not. It's about each other. It's
Right.
about giving back. And in this climate we're in today, I think the world would be a better place if it just embodies some of those qualities. Would you say?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one of the things that I take from, the culture and absorbing that and, using it on the court.
Right.
I love to pass. I love to, see people happy. I love to be happy. I love to, give energy to my teammates,
Yes.
positive energy. And I think that translates, man, because at the end of the day, it's bigger than basketball. We all
Yes.
human beings. And,
Yes.
my parents always tell me their thing is they just want me to be a good human being. And I think that, I'm doing a great job of that, just being, giving and always wanting the best for other people. And I see that from my family. I see that from my parents, my sisters. And, that just carries me throughout the whole day. And I just always want to give. I'm always thinking about others. And, I think that's, helped me throughout my whole life.
And I just want to encourage you, Remy, too. Whatever you're going through, there's always going to be ups and downs, negativity, whether that be for the media, that be from peers, whatever. Like we all experience that. Just keep shining that light, man. That faith, that Filipino culture, and just keep doing your thing, man.
Will do. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy to be doing this. I'm happy
Yeah.
to be here. The food is amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to spread the word. I want people to understand that, it's bigger than me, man. I want to, leave my legacy here, and I want to spread the word, and I want the best for, the community, ASU, the Philippines. I'm here for them. I'm always going to be here. I'm always going to make sure that people understand our culture and understand, where we stand. So
Yeah.
this is bigger than me, and I always want people to understand that.
Absolutely. And I think, at least for me personally, being a believer too, I think that also carries me, and that's my mission too, is to let people know about God too.
Definitely.
And to shine that light.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then, so is there anything that can you eat right now?
Yeah. I'll take a bite.
All right.
I'll
Let me
take a
just make
bite.
sure
Bro.
we're still rolling here. Perfect. We're still rolling. Okay. So what can you eat, man?
I'll take some of the pancetta, man.
The pancetta? All right.
Yeah, I'll take some, man. Oh man, this is amazing. This is all the stuff that I would definitely order.
Nice, dude.
Check it out, man. I'll take some of the here. This is all the non-Filipinos, man. They dream of this.
Yes.
Do I just go right ahead, man? I'm waiting for you.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me just open this. You mind if I say a quick prayer?
Let's do it.
Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for this food. Bless it to our bodies, and I continue to bless Remy and his family. I just bless him and his career, just both in college and beyond, and just continue to use him to make an impact for the kingdom, and just continue to be with all of our families and everyone in the Philippines and represent in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, man. Let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Cheers, man.
Oh, okay. I'm going. Yeah, I'm already going.
You're going
See?
in, man.
Yeah.
He's excited. He's been smelling it, man. They do it right here.
It's amazing, bro.
Mm.
This is not that bad as far as in health. I think this is pretty good. You got the vegetables. in it,
Yep.
too.
Yeah, you got veggies in that.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you could probably should stay away from that, huh?
Yeah, that one's close
A little
my
bit too
run
heavy.
is yeah,
Yeah.
it's too heavy for me.
So what kind of diet do you have to be on? You can't really have like all the Filipino foods.
Yeah, too much fat, calories and stuff like that, especially the rice.
Right.
Especially I want a couple days after the game.
Yeah.
Just want to get refueled, build my body up. Because when you play, you break your body down.
Right.
So just building my body up, and then once in a while I have one of those cheat days where I just go in. But as far as in just health, just eating all the right things as much as possible.
Right.
So.
Right. Do you have any memories that stick out to you, Filipino parties? Or?
Oh yeah, man. We had tons of parties, man. Like one that used to be at my nana's house. Almost same when you're younger, obviously. Your parents are younger when you're younger, so they like to party a little bit more and and do all those things. So, when I was younger, man, the birthday parties and family gatherings used to be like incredible. Some of the best parties I've ever been to. And then obviously you get older, people have start their own families, and it kind of dies down a little bit more. But at the same time, that's still a high level for us, even though people are going their separate ways sometimes. Our parties are still crazy. We still find time for each other, which is the best part about it.
Absolutely. And you said a lot of your family is back in the Philippines still. Do you have a lot in LA or maybe here too?
Yes, that's the thing, man. I have such a big family that even half of it is in the Philippines. I still have a lot here, and my Lolo and stuff, they come back and forth. He's actually here. He's actually in LA now, so I'm always consistently talking to them. My aunts are so supportive of me. My aunts are amazing. My sisters, since day one, has always been supportive, and they always come out here, and I have a family that comes out and supports me almost every home game. And sometimes they'll come to away trips, but some players here that it's hard for their parents to come out because they're so far. I'm blessed to be able to have parents that are an hour flight away and that come and support me through everything.
Did they teach you any Tagalog at all?
No, being Filipino, I'm always hearing it. I'm always around it. You catch a few words here and there, but my sisters are more Tagalog than me. They speak a lot more Tagalog. They understand it. Me, I kind of got away from it. I'm the youngest one out of two of my sisters. So I wish I could speak more Tagalog, and I know some words, but I can't speak it fluently like they can. So do you know a couple words? Are you fluent?
So I'm not fluent.
You're not fluent?
It's funny, man, because I was actually one of the only Filipinos in my school. I went to a public school, and was one of the only ones. And so for me, I didn't really realize that I was different. People looked at me to be honest, differently. You know, I thought I was just like everybody else. But then I learned to embrace, my difference. To being a minority, that's straight up. And I didn't actually embrace that because I was always with my white side or had my black friends. And, but then I think I just embraced it, and I actually went to one of my boys, he was on a Filipino basketball team.
Okay.
Did you have those in LA, Filipino basketball leagues?
No, it was a little bit more diverse. There was everybody from, black to white to, Philippines and all types of race. So I was always in diverse groups. I think that also helped me.
That's good. Yeah. So for me, I was around a lot of white people and black people, and then I entered a Filipino baskarball league, and it was funny because they put me as the center because I was the tallest one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very contradicting right there.
It is, man, because I was probably my white side getting the height, but normally my game was more like a 3, and then I had to develop post moves and stuff. But that's when I really was like, man, this is real. I've always been passionate about my family, and then even more so knowing that I was one of the only Pinoys in the Detroit area, where I went to school, just to represent, and represent hard and not even care, because I know some half Filipinos too, they kind of they either embrace it or they don't, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you.
And have you noticed that being, I guess, half Filipino too?
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's either one way or the other. If you're half Filipino, for me, I really think I'm full Filipino.
Yes.
The culture is just so embracing. It's one of those things where it's just even my friends that come over, all my closest friends, they feel like they're Filipino because they just like the culture and how they get embraced. It's so powerful, man. It really is. So, and I think that when you are Filipino, it's kind of hard to just be like half. Like, it's really hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just feel so embraced, and it's a really powerful thing. It's something that I've never felt before. Like family to me, like wherever I go, like ASU, high school, like I think of it as my family. Like it will always be a part of me no matter what. And everything that I get into and everybody who I meet that's, all that's with me to this day is like family. They're never like my friends. I call them brothers and family. So it's really cool.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, my wife, she's Filipino, and she's such a blessing because me being from Detroit, she's from LA. We met each other at a conference in San Francisco, of all places. And so I'm like, yo, I gotta meet this girl. Like, and so it just, I was telling you off camera too that how I just felt blessed that this job opportunity opened up and we're able to live here in Arizona now.
Yeah.
And that everything happens for a reason. Definitely. I went going through some trials in Detroit and in northern Michigan. It just all lined up, and that was all God, and we just, we're loving life now. But yeah, she's Filipina, and she's teaching me language, man. Yeah,
that's really cool, man.
And my mother-in-law, when she comes in, she brings like all the Filipino food and stuff. She packs it all in her bag,
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm happy, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really cool.
And then, so lastly, can you eat some of the halo halo?
Yeah, man, I'll definitely try some.
All right. You have to. It's the best dessert.
Got to, bro.
There you go. The spoon.
Mix.
Mix, yes. Do you know what's in here? You want to explain what's in here?
Man, the thing is, I don't know the names, but it's like like beans.
Right.
It's like this fruit, like some of the fruits. What else we got in here? It's like the jelly, like fruit that it's like one of the like desserts things. You open the top.
Oh yeah. Ube too, right?
The main one.
Ube. Oh, bro, there's cornflakes in here.
Cornflakes?
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yeah. So halo halo, like Remy was saying, means mix. So the key is to this dessert is mixing it up. And this is before practice.
It's all good though. I'll risk it for this.
Risk it for this. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's the Filipino way, man.
Wow. It never gets old.
What you think, man?
It's great, bro. It's amazing.
Wow.
Like, wow. This is really different. Like, people don't understand how good this is. Like, it really is like a whole nother like taste.
It's another level. Like, people's perception of taste is here, and once you have Filipino food or halo, it's a different definition of taste.
Definitely,
it's out of this world.
Out of this world,
man. And the fact that they have there's cornflakes in here.
It's crazy.
Have you had it with cornflakes before?
I don't think so. I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
but
it might be Frosted Flakes actually. It's a little sweet.
It feels like you could put anything in here and it still would be great.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
Man,
this is amazing.
So lastly, man, as we're enjoying this halo halo, I guess what as you're looking back, I know you still got a whole career to go, but what do you think helped shape you to be who you are today? Would you attribute that to your Filipino culture, your family, the food, so you can...
Right, no.
Yeah.
For me, it's really my family, man. Everything that every experience that I go through, obviously, has helped me to the person I am now. I think that, when you go through stuff in life and you realize and you overcome the adversity that comes with life, the situations and how you deal with it, I think that family plays a big part in that.
Yeah.
On how they mold you and how they, they put situations for you to deal with. So I put that all on my family and, the good and the bad, so my family has been a big part of who I am. And all of it, all the credit, all the good stuff, man, it's all towards them. Like my sisters, made me understand how to treat a woman
Yes.
and, respect a woman and, everything, all the little things that my family has brought me has made me into the person I am now. I can't thank them. Especially my dad. My dad has always helped me. My mom, it goes down the line. Each family member, can't go through all of them because we'll be here for hours.
Right.
But my aunts, I was, at one point I was the only boy in my family. So, respecting women has always been a priority of mine, and just little things that I go through in life, and all the family gatherings, stuff that I see, them giving back, them, Thanksgiving, handing turkeys, my Uncle Daboy. Everybody plays a part, man, and I can't thank them enough. And all I want to do is continue to, keep the Makasbak and Martin name alive. So everything I do is for them, and I just want to continue to strive to be the greatest person I can be.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to the Makasbak.
Yeah, Makasbak.
Makasbak family. Shout out to the La Pastora family. Yo, we're out here, and man, I'm the oldest brother, and I have 2 little sisters, and my mom, she was a single mom too at a point in her life, and I just have that passion to respect women.
Yes.
I think at the end of the day, there needs to be more real men, and there's too many boys just messing around.
I hear you.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's respect, man. Like, the respect women out there, respect women, be a man up. Hoop your game, broadcast well, and let's go, man. Rep the Philippines well.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your time, Remy.
Thank you, man. I
Cheers
appreciate
to
it.
you
Yep.
and your rest of your season.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes,
you
sir.
too, man.
Appreciate it. So from Tempe, this is Charlie La Pastora, Remy Martin. We're gonna enjoy our Halo Halo.
See y'all later, man. Cool.
And then this last is, bro. This is I got another plastic bag, and this is a shirt that we can show here.
Oh wow, man! No, man, that's one of the greatest, if not the greatest athlete in Filipino history, man.
Here, hold that one up here.
Yep.
This one is actually, I'm from Michigan,
Okay.
and this is the Filipino flag because I know you're wearing that half-Filipino shirt.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For
So
sure.
this is what I rep proudly.
That's awesome, bro. That's really cool, man.
And then this was actually my basketball jersey from Michigan. And this is the Filipino League, bro. And bro, in this jersey, I scored a bucket. It was the last second shot that put us in the OT, man.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick, bro. I love that, man. That's awesome.
That 11, bro. And then the Toon Squad.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Man, that's sick. That's awesome, bro.
Thanks, bro. So yeah, just to the camera. You want to do like a Filipino thing?
There you go.
What should we say? Salamat or what?
Yeah, we say salamat.
All right, salamat, everybody.
Salamat.
Filipino.
Man, he knows, man.
Pacquiao, man. All right, man. That's a wrap.
Appreciate it, dog.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, man.
Of course, bro. Much love,
Woo.
man. I hope you have fun, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Yo, Remy, really going out here. North Phoenix, Halo Kitchen. Let's go, gonna get that Pinoy food.
So, this your 2 items
Yeah.
with adobo chicken. I got 2 turon in here too. And you got your lumpia and the egg rolls. And one of this one is also pancit, $6 pancit.
Oh, nice.
Total 2020.
Salamat po.
Thank you.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please give this a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, get the notification bell, the whole deal. There's gonna be a lot more where that came from, talking to people of various backgrounds, various ethnicities, various political affiliations. And we're talking about athletes, politicians, everyday people, man. There's a lot more. I'm super excited to release this new season. And thank you for coming along with me in this journey, in this podcast, Authentically. My name is Charlie. It's been a pleasure to talk amongst you all today. Hope you're having an incredible day. And remember who you are in Christ, all right? You are royal. You are valuable. You are cherished. And don't ever forget who you are in Christ, all right? Take care, and may you have a magnificent, wonderful day. Until next time, peace.